Hey sports fans, Greg Medford, Medford Knife and MKT USA. I will be bringing in our next guest momentarily. I want to premiere or feature a premiere product for you guys. We developed a machete for the SEAL teams years ago, and went to their jungle survival training. And so I'm almost quoting them when I tell you this. I did three or four iterations before we came up with the machete. I developed it with a group called TRADET, which are a training detachment. They went out and did this jungle warfare competition thing and brought 7 machetes from different American manufacturers. Several of them were not made in the USA. I think most of them were not made in the USA. Mine was the only one made in the USA. And so they basically tried to destroy them throughout the session. And ours was the only one that didn't break. Now, I'm not telling you that out of puffery or out of bluffery or out of bullshittery. It was the only one that didn't break. They wanted us to make the handle a little girthier. They wanted us to do this, that, a couple other little tweaks, little adjustments. But they said, why is it yours didn't break? And I think it's because I left the mill scale, the pickled surface on the machete. So when you guys see these, we made this machete for the SEAL teams, developed this really cool leather sheath for it. It's a skeleton leather sheath. It's got our kind of our little logo on the button, on the snap. The machete comes out like so. You know, they're hair popping, razor sharp, even though it's a machete, it doesn't really need to be. Hollow ground on both edges. These are completely done by hand. These were water jetted and softened by hand, ground by hand. Black oxide coating. Then you'll notice, I don't know if you can get this in the light, yes, but this texture that you see on here, this is actually the mill scale. G10 handles. 3 pieces of hardware, 1 countersunk on the bottom side to fit the hardware. Just a fantastic piece. So, if there's any serial killers out there and you're looking for a great machete to hack up some human beings and kind of people, there's a lot of people, it's going to be okay. You know, I read this report by the FBI that said there are 15 serial killers operating Phoenix. He says there's a lot of serial killers around. They don't get caught very much. They don't make the news very often. So in case any of you are watching, it's a nice compact size. It could go in a backpack, or let's say you had to carry it in your trunk or your van. Perfect machete for that. So, talk a little bit about this. The steel is F7. It's spring hardened, so they're between 48 and 52 hardness on the machetes. So they've got a lot of flexibility to them for the type of hacking that you'll be doing with them. It's got a little bit of recurve to the blade, which makes it work really well. It gives you a lot of mechanical advantages you're cutting in. I've cut some stuff with these. If the air goes on it, are fantastic. It's got a big hilt to keep your hand from slipping around. Lovely leather sheath that's got a belt drop on it. Most guys will carry this in their pack, however. This thing is really nice. It's been hand stitched, not one time, but hand stitched on a sewing machine, hand edged, all hand formed. Got our nice little logo down at the bottom. These are handmade in the USA. These are handmade in the USA. I don't know what else to tell you guys about handmade in the USA, but it's pays for your way of life. It pays for your value system. It pays for your beliefs. These will be going to 2 places on planet Earth. The bulwark of them will be going to Knife Joy. Those are the guys who do any business with Knife Joy. If you don't do business with Knife Joy, reach out to them. They're going to have these machetes. They're fantastic. It's a really cool product. You're gonna see some, just like when you buy leather products and you see the little disclaimer that, hey, leather's a natural product and can have inconsistencies in finish. You're gonna see some of that on the exterior sides of these. I've made these ground, I've made them not ground. The not ground ones with the pickled sides, natural mill scale, they just seem to be twice as strong. So I left them on there. Sometimes they'll have scratch marks from the sheet of steel being loaded and unloaded over the process from the mill to here to making and in and out of trucks and making its way here. When you've got one of those scratches, it's not an error. We don't polish them out. We're leaving the pickled natural mill scale on the side of the machete. It's one of the things that adds to the toughness of it. It's a wonderful product we developed for the U.S. military. Hope you guys enjoy it. And now we're gonna be handing the show over to your regularly scheduled provider. That's Amy. She's gonna talk to you about the knives. So as we get ready to do a little camera switch, hold on. This is, go ahead. Will you go ahead and grab the camera? Oh, yes. The little shake, I do a little wobble, and
Thank you, Greg.
All right, you're welcome, man.
Super cool. I'm gonna get a machete. I'm getting a machete for the zombie apocalypse. All right, we have one single fixed fighter headed tonight, Joy, as well. And you can come in closer, Marla. All right, and what's unique about this is we did a laser engraved flag in the fuller. Normal S35 VN steel. It's got the multi G10 grip, and again, the same in the United States manufacturing company that makes the leather sheath for the machete makes them for the fighter as well. And let's just kind of do a scan of these super sexy knives here. The first one, Praetorian Slim, drop point, silver blade with blue handles and that laurel leaf filigree. A Genesis T S45N Vulcan drop point blade, dragon skin handles in bronze. Pretty straightforward Vulcan drop point blade with tumbled handles, flamed hardware brushed, flamed clip. And we have a bunch of Vulcan Praetorian Ts. Bronze Predator. Very nice. Silver Predator. So no anodizing on this, just straight up silver. This one here is violet undertones with brushed rose flats, jasmine fade. Rose and brushed rose. There's another dragon skin, violet and rose. And then we have just straight up PVD handles, flamed hardware, brushed and flamed clip. The last one of my all-time favorites in both the color combination and the sculpting. So bead blasted OD cement with brushed bronze flat stained glass sculpted handles, flamed hardware and clip. And then the last Praetorian T on the table is 20 CV. You'll see the V stamped on there. PVD Tonto, tumbled handles with that filigree on the handle, and PVD hardware and clipped and breaker. Yay! So you saw both Medfords today. So you got lucky. Keep watching the videos. Until next time, peace.